A lot of people ask me what is my best or my favorite abdominal exercise. Well, I've already showed you the first exercise, hanging knee crunches, is one of the best ones I think for developing the lower abs, but one of my favorite exercises is actually this one, seated bar twists. Really old school exercise, very little weight, and probably made famous by the one and only Arnold Schwarzenegger, who would do up to 100 repetitions each side to really work in and tighten that V-taper, that V-cut that we're looking at getting here. So this is one of the few abdominal exercises that I would recommend doing high repetitions. 50, 75, 80, 100, as many repetitions as you can manage. But again, it's about form and technique. Each repetition is, in essence, its own rep. And by that, I mean break it down, make it one repetition. 1, pause, back to the middle. 2, pause. None of this where you're twisting back and forth, working on momentum. Breathing is a big part of this exercise too. And also actively engaging the muscle. It's one thing to do the exercise, and do good form, good technique, but it's another game to really involve and activate those muscles working. So let me give you an example. Now you can do this exercise either seated or standing, and I'm going to do this one seated. Now the benefit of doing it seated stabilizes my core and allows me to really focus more on intensifying the exercise. So I've just got a light bar here. You can use anything long and straight. I'd recommend you using one enough that you get a good arm stretch, and don't go too heavy because any extra weight is going to build up and add to that momentum, making it harder to de-accelerate and slow down the exercise. Okay, and what we're going to do is breathe out on each twist, come back to the middle and repeat the opposite side. Okay, you can see on that one, my abs are really having to work, and they're being worked from every angle and direction, which is great. I'm getting a full abdominal workout on that one. Now, what I was saying a few seconds earlier about engaging the muscle, let me show you where I'm not engaging the muscle, and therefore I'm only doing the exercise without using the ab muscles to help pull, rotate, and de-accelerate. That's an important word here. I want to use my muscles to slow down the end of that movement at the end of the rep before coming back to the middle and repeating. I don't want to just bounce into it, which pulls extra. It's extra strain on the muscle, which could potentially open you up for further risk of injury. So let me show you. This is without engaging the abs. Okay, so you can see the abs still working. Like I said earlier, there isn't really a wrong way of training the abs. There's a less efficient way and possibly a risk of endangering yourself by doing the exercise that way. But there's no real right or wrong way. It's more about how efficient is the exercise that you're doing. So once again, let me do the first 4 repetitions, 2 on each side, without engaging the abs, and then I'll give you a look and let you know that I'm going to start engaging the abs and you'll see the difference. Okay, so this is without engaging them. And this is with engaging them. See the difference? I can certainly feel them. Try and engage every muscle that you're working when you're doing that exercise. And that doesn't just apply for training abs. When you're training chest, shoulders, biceps, legs, every muscle group, when you work out, you should be actively thinking up here, engaging that muscle. Contract, pause, feel that contraction, then on that eccentric phrase, still controlling the weight back down. Okay, let's do a few more reps of these. as you saw, I just added a few rotational twists in at the end where I bring my elbow rather, down towards the opposing knee. It just intensifies the exercise and steps it up just an extra level. You can also do this exercise standing. Just when you do, make sure your feet are about shoulder width apart and keep your hips square. Again, I'll give you a quick example. Onto the final abdominal exercise for this series, which is my favorite abdominal exercises.